Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in. So today I'm going to be unboxing this Capcom edition of the Evercade, and I've wanted this device for quite a while now. I heard about it a couple of months ago, so it's just landed, so I thought to myself I'll do an unboxing on it and show you guys some footage and what I actually think of the actual device itself. It is a unboxing slash review, so without further ado, let's get into it. So this is some of the details on the actual box art itself. The good thing about this device is that you can actually use Evercade cartridges, which I don't actually own at this moment in time, but I will be buying some in the future, so I will make another updated video on this actual device when I do so. So let's get right into it. Flick the knife, pop these little seals on the sides, and let's get inside and have a look at this epic little handheld. Well, it looks epic by the eye, but we'll see how it actually plays out when we get a little bit further on into the video. So you do get this little pamphlet that shows you some of the actual cartridges that you can buy for the Evercade. Now I do like this form factor better than the other versions that you can get. So it shows you some of the games available at the moment, which I will take a look into, like I mentioned earlier, and I will be buying them, so we will do an updated video. So as you can see, I've managed to take the device out, and it does come with a USB Type-C cable, which I have so many of, and it's good to have this in the box because, you know, phones don't ship with these anymore, so it's nice to have. Anyway, let's pop that to one side and take a little feel for the actual device. So it feels really nice in the hand. I do love the color rather, and you can pop this little cartridge thing out at the back where you can put the Evercade games into there and slot them in. You do have some speaker grills on the side, nothing at the top, nice and flush, no buttons, no nothing. You do get these buttons on the back. I don't know what this grill is at the back, to be honest. So yeah, a little volume rocker, which is nice to have to turn the volume up and down with, and then you get these little buttons at the back to, you know, add additional keys to and whatnot. So it does feel nice in the hand, feels a little bit comfortable. The D-pad I'm not a fan of straight away. I can see I'm gonna have issues with this D-pad straight away. So you do get a USB Type-C at the bottom, headphone jack, and the power on and the power off button as well. So let's power it on and have a look and see what the actual screen is like and stuff. So it's got a few settings. You can do the actual language, which I will choose English because that's where I'm from. I'm from the United Kingdom. You can also do display settings, but I'll get into that later on. Anyway, let's check out some emulation. So straight off the bat, I'm gonna just go through and show you some of the games that are on the actual device. Some really good classics, to be fair. It's nice to have some old school Capcom classics added, preloaded onto this device, which is very nice. And then obviously you can buy the Evercade stuff as well, with the Atari games and stuff like that, which I haven't really looked into. I just liked this device and that it comes with Street Fighter, to be fair. You know, I'm a huge Street Fighter fan. I grew up on Street Fighter, so the screen itself is really nice. The colors really pop. It looks really nice, not gonna lie. The blacks look really nice and deep, and the colors really pop. I mean, the camera doesn't really do it justice. I am using my iPhone, so it's not really a DSLR camera here, so it would have been better if I could get a better camera at some point. But as it stands, it's looking really good. Now I'm gonna try and do some Hadoukens and stuff, dragon punches and whatnot at the moment. Oh, okay, pulled off a little hurricane kick there. Oh, okay, got a little fireball out there, a little Hadouken. Try and do the dragon punch, it's just not happening. And those buttons on the back are really awkward to get to, I'm not gonna lie. So they are really hard to get to for myself. Anyway, I've got medium sized hands, so yeah. And this D-pad really, like, it kind of gets stuck when you're trying to do the Hadouken motion. I don't know if it needs wearing in or what, but like I said right at the beginning of the video, I wasn't going to be a fan of this D-pad for fighting games anyway. So for beat 'em ups, I don't think this D-pad is very good. I mean, you can do the fireballs and the hurricane kicks, they're the easiest moves to pull off in Street Fighter, but when it comes to the dragon punch, it's not coming out on a dime, which is a damn shame, because I was really looking forward to this device, and I thought I thought these handhelds, especially one that's being made by Capcom, would take a page out of Nintendo's book with the Game Boy D-pad from way back in the day, or even the Super Nintendo D-pads from way back in the day, because they are some of the best D-pads available to this day, in my humble opinion anyway. But yeah, that being said, wow, really disappointed with the D-pad. But Street Fighter itself plays really well, as you can see. There's no glitches, no screen tearing, nothing like that. Everything seems to be a-okay. So yeah, I mean, it's still enjoyable. Those buttons on the back are atrocious, not gonna lie, especially for my hands. I mean, if you give this to a kid, like if I was to give this to my 3-year-old toddler, I mean, he'd have a blast. His hands would be perfect for this device. But again, each to their own. I think if they were placed a little bit higher on the back of the actual device, it'd be easier to get to. Or even if they used the top, it would have been better. But I guess that top place is kind of like compromised with that arcade slot, cartridge slot. Sorry. So yeah, let's turn the volume up and give you a little sound test. It gets really loud, I'm not gonna lie, the speakers are really good, and I do like the fact that they are one on the left and one on the right, so it's equally balanced, and they are further up and not down facing speakers like a lot of devices do have down facing speakers, and I'm not a fan of those because that sound just goes down to the ground and there's no point in it. But this, you know, it's really well placed with the speaker setup. Anyway, moving on, we're gonna play a little bit of Strider. Strider is not a game that I've played a lot of or grew up on, but it is a fun game. I do like it. I will give it a proper chance at some point and try to complete it because it is one of those flashy games, and I do remember using Strider in some of the, I think, Marvel vs. Capcom games. I can't remember, but I do remember using Strider as a character. Yeah, I think it was in Marvel vs. Capcom games. But yeah, not my type of game that I grew up on or knew about when I was growing up. But again, I love these old school classic games, so it's nice to have this game on this actual device. And yeah, just having a ton of fun, having a little blast. And again, plays really well. No glitches, no screen tearing, no sound distortion or anything like that. A little bit of slowdown here and there, but I think that's going to be expected from a device like this. But it's nothing major, or it doesn't actually hinder the experience of playing the actual game itself. So yeah, I mean, so far so good. I mean, game wise, it's playing the game really well. You know, it's just the, and to be honest with you, the D-pad for games like this is kind of fine. It's not going to be an issue. It's just for games like Street Fighter where you got to put intricate movements in for like the dragon punch and stuff. That's where you're going to feel that D-pad being a little bit of an issue and stuff. So yeah, you enjoy the rest of this footage, and I'll speak to you shortly. Okay, so the next game that I had to try out was Final Fight. Final Fight is one of those games that I actually did grow up on the Super Nintendo. I still remember like it was yesterday the day my brother brought this game home, and looking at the visuals and stuff, I was so addicted to this game. I couldn't wait to come back from school. I'd spend hours on it. I used to get my butt whooped by my mama for not doing schoolwork and not focusing and stuff because I had to play a lot of this game, and then my brother used to laugh and be like, "It's alright, don't worry about it, just carry on playing." But yeah, this is a game that really brings that nostalgic feeling back, and it plays really well on this actual device. The colors pop, the music, everything is on point. So yeah, a wonderful game, to be honest with you, and I'm so happy to be able to enjoy this on the go. And again, you don't need a cartridge. All these games are pre-installed on this actual device. Next up, we have this shoot 'em up 1944. Now, this is a game that I actually played when I was probably about 15 or 16 years old. I saw it at an arcade at a fair, and immediately my attention was drawn to it because I had to see all these old timers who used to play Street Fighter back in the days. These guys were playing this game, and I thought they know their stuff. So I walked over to the cabinet and I started playing this game with them, and it's an amazing game. It's so much fun, even on this handheld. It's really, really fluid. I mean, the gameplay, the mechanics, everything are on point. It's just a wonderful game to play, and so nice to have on this wonderful little handheld. I do love my shoot 'em ups, and yeah, this is no slouch when it comes to having a lot of fun and enjoyment and a lot of nostalgic feelings and memories at the same time. So I really enjoyed my time with this actual game. In terms of the unboxing, I did the unboxing, and actually this device came to me 4 or 5 days ago, to be honest with you, and I've not had the chance to actually unbox it and play it within that time frame. So what I did is the last, I think, 9 or 10 hours, managed to unbox it, make a video, and then I sat back and played all the emulations and stuff, and made a video on it. And that's the only time that I've had with this device, is about 10 hours. But with my 10 hours, I think it's enough time to actually be able to review the device. So I will get into the review a little bit later on in the actual video itself. Realistically, I should be wrapping this game up right now, but I'm having such fun playing it, so I've just carried on playing it and not realized that I've not really talked about it as much. But it's a really fun game, guys. It's one of those games that I couldn't actually put down. Even after making this video, I'm gonna give this game a good bash and try to complete it. Such a fun game. So next up we have 1943, another amazing shoot 'em up from way back in the days. I don't actually remember playing this one as much because these cabinets were kind of rare with the whole different aspect ratio and stuff, so I didn't come across any of these arcades way back in the day. So it's one of those that I didn't actually play on, but this is a lot more difficult than 1944 in my humble opinion, just because everything just, you need to be on point and stuff. So for that reason I found it difficult to play this actual game. But again, plays well, looks nice, wonderful screen. Okay, so now for the overall look and feel of the device. So it does feel good in the hands. It is a good looking device as well, I'm not gonna lie. but it does have some flaws, and I'll get into that in a second. But before I get into the actual flaws of the device and stuff, there is some certain settings that you can actually play about with. So you can mess about with the display. So you can put some filters on there, scan lines and stuff like that, which I didn't really bother with. I just left it kind of stock, to be honest with you. So you can tinker with some of the settings. It doesn't have a lot of settings. I thought it would have a lot more, so you can change the sound settings and the audio and stuff like that. So it's just very minimalistic in my humble opinion, which can be a good thing, and it also can be a bad thing. I would like to have a little bit more things to actually change and stuff, but it is what it is. But yeah, out the box, I mean, it's fine. It is what it is, and it does do what it is intended to do. But yeah, let's get into the actual device and my time with the device now. I like the device. It is a nice little device, just that it's very clunky to hold while pressing those back buttons. That's the major gripe that I have with this actual device. These buttons are really badly placed. I wish they were slightly higher or something, I don't know. Yeah, then we have the actual D-pad issue at the front, which, you know, while playing Street Fighter and stuff was a little bit of a hindrance, but while playing other games it's fine. So I think it might just need wearing in, I don't know, but even the overall look and design of the actual D-pad I didn't really like. So just for comparison's sake, I'm going to bring out my Mario Mini 2 here and show you the actual form factor between the two as well. This one's slightly smaller, but the D-pad on this Mario Mini is really good. It does remind me of the old DMG style Game Boy, where I wish they would have gone with a little bit of a similar type of D-pad. They've gone a little bit different, but yeah, it is what it is. I mean, can't really complain too much about the D-pad. And for £50 you're getting a ton of emulation on this device, and also you can add games onto this by buying the actual carts and stuff, which I'll be buying. So overall, I mean, it is a fun device. I did enjoy my time with it, but it's more of a novelty item for myself. I'm gonna definitely go back to my Mario Mini. But again, guys, thanks for watching. Do like, share and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next video. Stay safe. Peace.